Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Sunday meditation. My name is Juliana, and this is the virtual version of our Sunday meditation group that normally meets at the National Center of the Theosophical Society in America. This temporary virtual space we have created is important not because I am sitting here, but because you are sitting there. And together we are making a difference into each other's lives. Sometimes we forget that meditation or any other spiritual practice is not something we do for ourselves. We kind of go in and out of that mindset. Being individuals, we tend to forget that we're one. But consciousness is one, and individual efforts uplift the whole. But whether we know it or not, whether we are aware of it or not, it is already happening. So I like to think it in this way. You practice for me, I practice for you. And in that way we keep alive the fact that there is not really you and me, but one being. For some people, life has been especially demanding these days, so I would like all of us to take a moment to pat ourselves in the back and say, you're doing a wonderful job at adjusting to a completely new way of living. It is already an accomplishment to stay sane, or relatively sane for some of us, in these circumstances. So this week, I would like us to remind ourselves of one of the laws of nature. That is the one of impermanence. Something that touches every department in this universal experience. When it comes to situations, we normally understand this in ways of saying, this too shall pass. Nothing ever stays the same. So in a way, we don't lose sight of the big picture. I remember when my daughter was a baby, and each step in her development brought some particular challenges. And when you were in that stage, there is this instinctive or natural feeling to say, this is how it's going to be from now on. The situation will remain the same through time. But it never did. One morning you woke up and your baby was in a different stage. The previous challenges were gone and joys, and the current situation brought new challenges and new joys. This is something that not only applies to situations, but it applies to everything that lives and breathes. So impermanence, is being this universal law, applies to our own human nature. So we are quite aware of the impermanence of our physical body. Every 7 years, each cell in our body is replaced. So we can even say, my body is not the same it was 7 years ago. And we have proof of that when we look ourselves in the mirror. And we know that eventually this physical body will decay and die and go back to the elements of nature. And the same applies to the impermanence of our emotions. In one moment we feel fear, the next one peace, the next one uneasiness, the next one joy, the next one confusion. And I probably don't even need to give you examples of the ever-changing world of thoughts. But within each one of us, in perfect stillness, is the all-embracing presence of the divine. Like the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita puts it, the inner ruler, immortal, seated in the heart of all beings. That is who we truly are. Everything else comes and goes. Today's meditation will focus on remembering what we are not to remember who we are. So let us begin. Sitting on a chair with your legs parallel to one another with the soles of the feet on the floor, or sitting on a pillow in the cross-legged posture, lotus or half lotus. Whether you choose one or the other, the only condition is to keep your spine straight, the neck continue in the line of the spine, lifting the top of your head and closing your eyes. We'll begin by taking a deep inhalation and relax the shoulders as you exhale. Continue to make your inhalations deeper throughout the entire practice. Your exhalations slower, gentler. So fully arriving into this moment, connect first with your physical body, noticing tension. At your own pace, you can scan your body from your toes to the top of your head, using each exhalation to relax layer after layer of tension. Relaxing all your muscles, relaxing the skin, continue to breathe deeper. And notice how your exhalations can melt all your tension away. We pay particular attention to the facial muscles, and feel how your whole body relaxes when you relax your eyelids and eyebrows. Leaving all past experiences behind, all knowledge behind. We center ourselves in this moment. And with each exhalation, we breathe in a deep sense of compassion. Allow that compassion to be the leading force of your practice. Filling every space within you and around you. Now bring your attention to the center of the chest, to your heart center, where the spiritual self lives. From that place, become aware of your physical body. And recognize the fact that you are not the physical body. As you stay centered in your heart, see if you can perceive your emotional body. And recognize that you are not the emotions. Still observing from the heart center. Observe your thoughts. Acknowledging that you are not your thoughts. Stay present in your heart. And say inwardly, I am the divine self. Immortal, eternal. Radiant with spiritual light. Continue to breathe into your heart. Remaining receptive and open. Visualize a sphere of white light in the center of your heart. Shining in all directions. And at your own pace, begin to extend that sphere, that power, until it embraces the whole universe. I am that self of light. The self in me is one with the self in all. Very slowly begin to return back into your heart center. Staying in the presence of silence within the heart. Allow the light of your heart to illumine your mental body, your emotional body, and your physical body. And with the intention of experiencing your day from your heart center, you begin to open your eyes. Thank you for joining us today, for your presence and your practice. See you next week.